Speaking of Rock Nation, Rockefeller, old school Dame Dat, whatever, Jay-Z has gotten dissed by Nas and his team because they secured the casino and Jay-Z didn't. So let's go over this. Recently, Nas's $5 billion plan to transform Resorts World New York City into a full-scale casino was finally approved. Per press release, the casino floor will be expanded to an impressive 350,000 square feet. It will also feature 3,000 units of workforce house, more than 50 acres of new and dedicated park space, and new transit connections to JFK and Manhattan. This is an ambitious project that will give new opportunities to the hardworking families who call Queens home, attract top-tier talent, and build up the next generation of leaders. Nas said of the project, "Clearly with this project, the world is ours." The plan was approved in a unanimous vote. One committee member even took the opportunity to throw some shade at the former foe. "Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again," they said. The following vote, as seen in a clip. I just had to rub that in. So let's play this quick.
It couldn't have been done without everybody here. With that being said, I'm getting ready to vote, and there's a theme in Queens, and I know Nas is a part of this. Queens get the money. Sorry, Jay-Z, we win again. I just had to rub that in. You can let the Brooklyn Borough president know that I send my regards to him. With that being said, I vote aye.
Nas's win, so that's hilarious. But Nas's win also comes after Jay-Z's bid for a Times Square casino was shot down by a community advisor committee. This was a vote to protect the magic of Broadway for the 100,000 New Yorkers who depend on it for their livelihoods and for the tens of millions who come from around the world to experience it. Jason Lax, president of Broadway League, said of the vote. "A casino can go anywhere, but Broadway only lives here," he added. "We are so filled with gratitude to the committee members and the local elected officials who looked at the facts, listened to the residents, and stood up for this neighborhood and the theater community." As for the Rock Nation CEO, Desiree Perez, she made her disappointment known. "Thank you to the governor and Mayor Adams for standing up for New York City. Unfortunately, not every politician has the courage and foresight to do what's right for their constituents." I don't know, man. A casino? Come on. Like Nas, Jay-Z opened up a casino. Not cool, man. I think gambling is a very treacherous road that can ruin a lot of people's lives. I actually know someone's life. This guy used to own a restaurant, successful, had more money than he can think of, got into gambling, addicted to it, lost his house, lost his restaurant, lost his family. The wife got divorced, nothing. He ended up dying. He just had a depression and just, like, he didn't kill himself or anything like that, but he ended up dying. I think he got a heart attack or something. You know, like, that's where this could go. You know, there's people that have very addictive personalities, and casinos in general, it's like, why not invest in something that's pot? You know what I like? Styles P, what he does with his, like, he has these, like, smoothie shakes, whatever they're called, juices. They're healthy, like something alternative. It doesn't have to be food, but something that's more healthier for the soul than gambling. Like, gambling is a very, very, that path can get really wrong quick. I never gambled, I don't think. Let me think about this. I don't think I've ever gambled. No, not that I can think of. Like real gambling, not like little video games and, you know, sometimes you play like these little. No, I'm talking like gambling never have in my life. I just never found it. You know what's crazy, actually? Actually, I did. But it wasn't real money. So my friend had this little slot machine back when I was a kid. And I swear to you, I ended up getting addicted to that slot machine. I would come to his house like every day and go to that slot machine. And it was fake money that you would put in. So it's not like you would lose anything. But and this is like, I was 12, 13, but I caught myself. I was like, why am I so addicted to this? And that saved me from ever wanting to do anything like that, like go to casinos and gambling, because I just realized, I was like, damn, I understand why people get addicted to this, because trying to get those three, you know, things to match is very addicting, and then you can get a huge reward. I ended up using that slot machine probably for like a month straight, man. I would come to his house every day, even after school. And then my friend's like, bro, like, are you okay? Like, before he said that, though, I was catching that in my head. I was like, man, I'm really wanting to play this slot machine way too much. So even early on at that age, I realized, I was like, this is like, can get really addicting and really bad quick. Imagine if it was real money. Yeah, it's not the smartest way, man. People see like, oh, this person, invested $100, did this parlay, and got $50,000 like it's nothing. That's like it's like the lottery, right? It's like 1 in 10 million that actually happens to. The chances of you hitting that parlay and you making that kind of money is very slim. If it does happen, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to reinvest that money, and hopefully you don't lose it all. But a lot of people reinvest their winnings and they keep going, and they just end up losing it all. So it's a slippery slope. If you ever do win money, and whether it's lottery, whether it's gambling, whether it's I don't condone any of it, but if you do get into it and you win, please just leave. Get with what you win, and you're good to go, bro. Leave, because you get to a point where, if you're reinvesting, you can end up losing. Most people end up losing more than they win. So I don't know if this is gambling, but cryptocurrency, right? The meme coin stuff, that's technically gambling, because there really isn't research on this. It's just a coin that comes out. You invest properly at the right time, you can pull out money, and you'll, triple, quadruple, sometimes 10 times your money. So I have won in those. I've won more than I lost, but it's not that much. Like my percentage of winning more than I lost, like I've won 60% and lost 55%. So I got away with like 5% more of winning, which is not much. That 5% though I took with me. I remember Jason Derulo released a meme coin, right? And the first run he had, it went up, plummeted down. And then the second run, he was like, okay, the first one, it did this because the guy scammed me, blah, blah, blah. He made some bullshit story up, which I don't believe. But these celebrities. Oh, something happened, blah, blah, blah. I got hacked, blah, blah, blah. He said it was somebody that launched it for him, screwed him over. But he was like dedicated. He was like, okay, I'm going to, push this coin for you guys. I'm going to use them and try to make connections with it, blah, blah, blah. To his credit, he did that for roughly like 8 months to 10 months. And during that time, it started going up. And I just ended up selling at the right time. I mean, it barely went up from when I saw. I think it reached like a market cap of like 34 million. I sold like at 31. So I barely missed any. And I bought it at like a 3 million market cap. So it's a huge X multiplier. I didn't invest a lot of money into it because I only invest when I'm comfortable losing. But that's what I mean. Like those type of scenarios, if I saw that and was like, oh yes, I'm going to keep doing this. Like, no, in my mind, I knew, hey, this is not going to happen often. You'll run into 20 meme coins, and then one of them you'll maybe make up for all the loss on the other ones. That's basically essentially it. That's what you're hoping for, is all those losses that you make up on it. But it's just a slippery slope, man. So if you ever get into this type of stuff, I just don't condone it at all. I would stay away from it, because you're going to tell yourself, oh, I'm only going to put this amount of money. I'm only going to put, nah, man, it gets really bad, really ugly quick. Emotions get involved. And this stuff, you cannot have emotions. But whatever, man. They're businessmen. Jay-Z and Nas, they're there to make their money. I mean, hey, man, a lot of people invest in casinos. A lot of people do it, and they make a lot of money. So I wish it was more positive things, but it is what it is, man. They're business people. They want their money. They're getting their things done. So salute to them for, making it happen. Besides Jay-Z, obviously, he didn't make it happen. Nas did. But I like this movement. It's a nice slight towards Jay-Z, which is cool, because whenever Jay-Z does something, he does it to put down Nas's thing. Like when Nas announced the album, he'll drop like a new feature verse, and it's like, bro, where the fuck you been this whole time, right? When Nas announced something, you start to drop something. But I think this is going to motivate Jay-Z to get back in the studio, do his thing, because Nas is having a lot of wins business wise. He's doing really great. So we'll see what happens moving forward with this.